ancient. So it begins, this state of destiny between evil geniuses and Rocket. For EG, looking to secure their standing in the playoffs. For Rocket, looking to not get relegated.
Yeah.
Different story.
I mean, they technically still could make the playoffs, Mike, if they
could
start to play really, really well. And
Look,
a win
I
here.
mean, if they beat a team like Evil Geniuses, we have to completely reevaluate the way we're considering them. Look at this, fast into Donut. Here they go, but George still lurks, and they've completely overlooked him. So now he's causing problems from behind. Sandwiched in. How is he alive? George, okay, put down finally. And actually an advantage on for Rocket because the site defenders have not been able to hold Aleph at bay. Bomb's going down. This is a tough retake now. Hex making it easier. But he's going to need Walco to step up. The captain got to find some headshots here, and he's doing exactly that down to the 1v1. Nero reloading to dance around the boxes. And who's going to connect the shot? It's Walco. All in control here for the IGL, even a kit. So the defuse will be on, and the pistol round will go the way of Evil Geniuses.
I do not have any clue how George survived that long. Like, that was ridiculous. Bullets were flying everywhere, and he somehow managed to get 2 frags. Even though technically he gave away his position by firing the first shot around the right side of Donut, they didn't realize that he had done so, thanks to the silencer, of course, on the USP. So, I mean, look, he gets 2 frags out of that, a big piece why they were able to come back and take that round. And of course, at the end, Walco manages to get a couple and leads his team to victory. 1-0 for the Evil Geniuses here on Ancient. It was tough, but they did manage to pull it off. Rocket are going to go for a half buy here. 2 Tech 9s, dualies, 2 Deagles, a little bit of util.
I'm very surprised to see that, honestly. This is...
armor as well.
Yeah, with the bomb down, it's very odd to see a team not go for the 4s, but see if they can get something out of the pistols. George, out of bullets, is run down, so a gun can begin here. I mean, with minimal investment now, this is likely a bomb plant coming in for Rocket, so this is looking very good. They could take this all the way, but they're certainly going to get a buy in the next now.
I mean, yeah, they've kind of got this site on lockdown to a certain extent. Evil Geniuses can't really find a path forward. The smokes are blocking off their vision. Flashbang comes in as well. Walco could get visibility. There we go. Okay, Automatic finds one. That's R2D2J dropped. Now the rest of the forces can come on in and take care of business. Junior gets the headshot on Elk. Walco finds Droid. It's all good. A last one standing, and he won't be able to do much anything. Well, he gets a frag.
Okay.
Defusal comes. That's it.
I mean, look, that's it, sure, but it's still 2 kills and a bomb plant in a round where they invested minimally. Now they're going to get the rifles up. Economy is going to be limited for Evil Geniuses. I mean, that's more success than you would have expected. You would have expected George to get at least 2 there. I think he probably would have as well, but the second spread gets away from him, and anyone else, there just ain't that many bullets.
It's true. And I mean, oftentimes in CS2, you can do a lot of damage just with the pistols. We've seen it time and time again. So I don't necessarily mind the decision making from Rocket to go for the half buy there and then go with the full buy on this round. And they got the bomb plant as well, which helps.
It's almost like a stripped down force buy because they did buy a little heavier than you would expect if you were ecoing. It's like, okay, here's exactly what we need for an A-take. Here's the smokes. Here's the weaponry. We're just running the A-take. Then, you know, past that first salvo of util, what may happen comes.
Exactly. And I mean, pretty successful. Like you said, 2 frags, the bomb plant. We'll see if they can build off of that and get around here. Walco exposed, throws the util, pulls out the gun again, though. Elk trying to push through it. Did Walco see him? He's stuck in the corner. Oh, no. Elk doesn't realize it, and that is a free upgrade for Walco.
See, Elk thought that the smoke was thrown to allow Walco to back out, right? It's an escape smoke is his expectation, but no, anything but. And then the Molotov sections off one player. R2D2J down. This is a tough one for Rocket. Really nice play from EG, especially on the second one. I mean, the first one's just not getting cleared, right? But isolating out the mid player is always going to be helpful. Hex going to be dropped down here, though. Opens up some intrigue back into the round. They have to know it's a heavy cave presence, so Nero goes to try and cut off the CT rotation instead. Leaving the players in cave. Bomb down. It's another retake on for EG. Ooh, dodging the... Oh, that one Nero's going to collect. The second as well. Automatic knows he's stuck. His teammates have to make the move. Oh, good read from Nero. He is on one right now, and that might just have been enough to win them the round. Junior, he's going to be out, but Aleph quick on the shot, and That should be it. Automatics fleeing. That's a huge round from Nero.
Yeah, and because of all that damage that Rocket did, well, I shouldn't say all, but 2 frags that helped out. It really did put a dent in the economy, the Evil Geniuses. So now they're looking at a tougher buy. They really do need to save this M4 to get something more meaningful into this next round. That's a nice job by Rocket to get control of the B site. Nero in particular with the 3K. And he's the player we were talking about a little bit as one of the players we expected to be a star on this Rocket roster. And it's not like he hasn't been. He's top fragging with 243 frags over 14 games played, and also has 17.4 frags per map, along with KDR 1.09. I mean, those aren't necessarily star numbers, but on a team that hasn't had that much success, it's good to see. And he's also been very strong with the op on past teams, and of course, even here on Rocket, as you just saw. So that's why I would say that we can't necessarily completely overlook Rocket, but as you alluded to in the pregame, they just haven't gelled this season at all.
No, they have not. I mean, that's an individual play, right? It's
Yes,
Nero
that's
finding
it.
the
That's
space,
exactly it,
catching hacks, getting all the way into CT, and then just having perfect timing to be able to basically hold the CT players at bay and to hold off Cave. So, yeah, it's tough to extrapolate that out further. It's a tremendous round from Nero. He basically, holds the entire retake at bay. But we'll see if it's repeatable. Enough of a buy here for EG that they could retake the momentum. That's looking like early on the prod's going to be towards B, and Hext is down once more. That's just off spam, right? He was trying to play in the cubby, and he gets spammed on down. So great start here. A second as well. Autimatic can't zero in the kill. But Walco at least will bring one back. The hero of the last round, Nero, wanted to see if he could get all that space again for free with Hex dead.
Yeah, that was a really nice play from Nero. He waited in the Molotov to try and see if anyone was going to come out and he could get a quick shot. He didn't, but it gave him the opportunity to push up onto that B site quickly. Walco was just wise to it and waited for his time to strike. Elk's going to come through and cave here, and they're going for potentially a B hit. The bomb is still down behind double doors, though.
Look at George. He's starting to push aim in, and he's still being held. So if George gets killed here by Droid, this should be a bailout. They should grab the bomb and immediately be coming back A, but they're actually giving it up. This is
no.
A little tough to read now. Fighting ramp here. Advantage given back over.
They don't have bomb.
What is the plan here, Rocket? Something hasn't come through. Some wires have been crossed, and now at this point, EG are trying to retake A, but there's no bomb here, so... Ooh. I think there was a smoke up that I didn't quite see. X-ray a little deceiving there. Now there's certainly a smoke up.
If a left reads this right and goes to the B site, it's a free plant, and it sows discord.
Yeah, I mean, to say the least. The EG have to be wondering why the heck isn't the bomb planted right now. They're about to find out. The problem is, there was a player on A, right? So can you really do this rotate? Junior doesn't quite realize what's still happening. So this winds up working out beautifully for Rocket.
I mean, yeah. They got a little lucky there, but yeah, it definitely works out. They just forgot the bomb, and that is why they ended up in this type of situation. Still not done. Walco could clutch it. He gets the frag. Is he going to decide to stick it?
He's not close.
He's got the smoke. He pretends to stick it.
Might have been the play there. Droid's going to have to make the move. He's dropped. Oh, no kit. No kit. Oh, he's lost the round because of the kit. That one's going to sting for Walco. Huge play. But he had to commit as soon as the smoke went down. That was the only way to win.
I actually didn't realize he didn't have a kit because he played like he did. Had the kit available to them. And if he has that kit, he wins the round. But yeah, you're not wrong. I think if he stuck it to, he probably would have won the round anyway because it didn't appear as though Droid was going to peek around. All right, well, Rocket, take a second. Very curious the way that round played out. And of course, because the Evil Geniuses forced up in that previous round, they won't have a buy up here, but Junior buys the op.
No, he's dropped the op.
Dropped the op, excuse me.
He buys armor.
Walco did get
That's
away.
the investment. He just doesn't want to run a glass cannon, right? So the idea in this round is going to be to maximize the op early, get some picks, and if you can't, survive with the op in the next round and your rifle buy.
For some reason, thought Walco died there. I don't know. Lost the round, he's dead. All right. 1:30 on the clock, and what a shot from Junior. Boosted up on the head of his teammate. Nero goes down 5v4 in favor of EG. And that's
a
lot of
tendency read
space.
too, here, John,
Oh,
because
here's
that's
another
just
one.
them saying Nero's tried to get onto B early. Let's see if we can get the boost up. Junior collects the window player as well, and now you see the value of that saved up.
Absolutely. And you're putting in the best stopper's hands here in NA's ECL.
And he just goes forth and kills everybody. Junior, no one may even see anybody. Just Junior getting the ace. One bullet left in the gun, one player left to find, and Junior's going to commit. He's going to trust.
I don't know. His team, they need to pick up guns. There we go.
They're getting the upgrades. Either way, Droid knows he's kind of stuck here. 40 seconds, going to let some time off of it, but now he's down. The flick doesn't hit. Junior, though, not down. They're out of time, out of life. One way or another, Droid was going down, and all 5 players survived to boot. So talk about value out of a save there for Walco.
Yeah, not to mention 3 players got free upgrades there. AKs didn't really have to invest in the round. Walco didn't get one, but it's okay. He has enough money to buy up anyway. And here we go. Does he decide to stick? No, I thought for a second because the buy-up's not going to be great for Rocket, he would go with the CZ, but no, he does indeed buy the A1S. And, well, the lead is restored for the Evil Geniuses. Rocket are hanging in there. I wouldn't say the 2 rounds are incredibly convincing. One was an individual effort by Nero, who again tries to go on a B side. He makes it, but he's dead the minute he steps foot onto the site proper. X gets a molly frag as well, and X is the one with a 4K this time. Maybe he will find the ace, but no. A left drops him, and then a second. Okay, hold on. No, that's a clear's corner, and Walco gets the last one. 4-2 for EG.
Bit of spice. You can see the adjustment from EG. They're playing a little further back. They're anticipating the fast contact, right? They're ready for it. Hex in particular, you know, he's had a couple rounds early on where he's just like getting spammed through the panel, where he's just getting caught off in cave. Just avoid it. Just avoid it. Give yourselves a chance to shoot back, and that's all you need.
Alrighty. Rocket. They forced up in that previous one. This time, they will not. They buy up absolutely nothing. It is Glocks only, a Glock train going towards the B site more than likely, or are they just going to try something cheeky and stack up? It looks like it. Hoping for a push to come through from the Evil Geniuses. I don't mind it, but, I mean, maybe against Nouns this makes sense, but EG aren't the team that typically gets that aggressive. Perhaps they have a read here, though, because Walco and Hex are pushing up all the way. I think they just want to look.
Smoke set, right? Smoke flashes, take the B main space.
But, I mean, EG's not going to push into spawn. Like, they're just going to wait.
Unlikely, but you wait out the smoke, you try and catch somebody who's aggressed up B main. It's not a bad read for an anti-eco.
I suppose.
There's the flashbang, there's the check. Hex not seeing anyone just yet. So, Rocket will whittle time off this clock. They're trying, the reason why they're doing this is a couple things. First, you want to drag out the utility from the EG side. You just want to make them waste nades trying to check things. And then getting towards a lower point of the round where maybe they don't have so many nades to slow you down. Because you're Glock Rush. It's not like you could smoke off a molly. It's not like you can really do anything on that regard. So, and if you get lucky, someone gets antsy, peeks around this door, and gifts you a rifle.
You have to imagine eventually Rocket are going to do something here. 33 seconds left. Here we go.
Now they move.
It's going to be a field day for EG, though.
There's only one player on site. This is doable. A lot of damage done, but Hex goes down eventually. Bomb plant would be a miracle out of this round. Walco doesn't want to allow it. And Aleph, yeah, he's picked up a gun, but he's not long for this world, and he's got to know it.
Just too much to look at. And you're right. I mean, I admire the idea from Rocket to burn out the utility, but at the end of the day, it's just Glocks. I mean, you're better off going for 4-man rush to the A site and then sending one player to B and trying to pull some rotations over or something. But even then, look, there wasn't much that could have materialized from that round, so Rocket did what they could, and I admire that. 7th round done, 8th underway here, and here comes the AKs once more for Rocket. It's going to be a good chunk of util this time. Autimatic trying to go for that mid control, and he's charging up. He's got it. No one really around this vicinity of the map. Again, Rocket trying to push into that B site. It appears to be a Nero who really likes to go in this direction. Marcus, in fact, R2D2J. They're already on there. Okay, this could work out really well if they find Hex. The flashbang blinds Marcus, though, and he's still managed to get... Oh, no!
Oh,
what happens there? Why?
What? Elk?
What was he
I don't think he was blinded. His vision should have been cleared. Must have been a panic flick, thinking that a player was still out towards long, but we'll see if it costs them. We'll see if it costs them. It's still good control in a 4-on-4 now on site. should still be decently strong. Counter Utility's trying to come out here for the retake. Sections off Elk. Junior catches Nero, clears out the back lines, but Droid and Aleph have pretty good lines on this on the defense. Ooh, the fight in the CT is not working, and now it's just left to Droid. Ooh, he's going to be pushed back. They're going to fight him. Bomb's planted for him, but down he goes.
Is there time?
Just, yeah, there's time enough. There's time enough. The 10 seconds just started. They've got it. A-okay. All good.
A little close there, but they still managed to pull it off. 6-2 in favor of EG. And that, I don't know, that TK was weird because I don't think Elk was necessarily engaging with Hex in that position. The frag had come so long ago, or so long before the TK. It didn't really make sense. Like you said, maybe just got spooked. Just got spooked and flicked around and took down his teammate. So Rocket, unfortunately for them, I don't want to say that's necessarily the difference maker, but it would have been 5 players on site versus only the 4 that they have to deal with the evil geniuses on the other side.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Molotovs are going to come out here. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
I mean, my charitable assumption is that his vision was just clearing from a flash, and he heard that there was a player long and panic flicked and just tapped the head. It's just a killing machine. You know?
It happens. It happens.
Just a really unfortunate timing for Rocket. And I mean, in this round, they're already down 2 players. It's not looking great for them. That nade's nice. The kills are better for Hex. So all good, clean again for the evil geniuses as they continue this spree. And I just want to bring your attention to one thing here, John. Walco is 14-2.
Yeah, I figured that's what you were going to say. Yeah, unbelievable stuff from Walco. He is the 2nd top fragger on the team this season at 286 frags and a plus 37 kill death differential. So for me, it's not necessarily surprising to see him at the top of the scoreboard, but you know, it's not where he's always found himself throughout his career. He typically takes a back seat to all of his other fraggers on his team and focuses more on the calling. But I would say about 2 years ago is when he really started to pop off in terms of frags, and we're going to see Autimatic get a couple here potentially, just 1 so far. Walco pushing up, and he gets caught out actually. A couple of frags going to come through for Rocket. 3v2. I don't know if they can get much off of this, but Junior sees Nero coming and then frags him through the box. Aleph, the last one standing. But yeah, like I was saying, Walco improved himself immensely in terms of his mechanical skill, and yeah, he's just strong now.
One of the things about Walco that I've always noticed, you know, we've talked about EG being a roster that sometimes takes time to adapt to change. Yeah. And one of the reasons for it because Walco is one of the clearest demonstrations I find of the phenomena of, you know, IGLing takes away from fragging. Because when he's not feeling comfortable, when he's not, you know, in that sort of flow state as a caller, you can kind of see it in his individual play where it slows them down and gums up the works. I'm going to tune back into this round right now because Aleph has himself an isolated 1v1 on site, and this might actually turn into some bombs going down. No Hex here. He tries to bait it out. Oh, just spotted him. Now he knows. Now he knows. He's going to creep up. Going to creep up with a techie. I love this play. Isolate the player out. Hex is just waiting him out. Never expected that maneuver. Still, the plant's going to be tough here. Player coming into donut. Timing could be rough, but he gets it off. He gets away. Doesn't expect automatic. Made a gamble. Gambled wrong. Still, Aleph making that real spicy out of nowhere. Back on the Walco talk, there was one thing I noticed in the early days of CS2, which is that Walco was up towards the top of the NA leaderboards for a good chunk there.
Yeah, I did see him too. So.
Which I thought was interesting. He's not, I don't think, normally much of an MM grinder. Obviously, you know, everyone's playing more MM than usual, but I mean, even the Pugs. I don't think of him as a particular pug demon, but you know, putting in hours with the new game to get comfortable is important. It was cool to see him in the trenches.
Absolutely. Yeah, you gotta get in there and grind, honestly, and it's the best way to adjust to it. You see, look at this Rocket going back to the B side. This is something I don't find that surprising, but look who's there, Junior again towards short B. Or long B, excuse me. And he's going to peek around and try to get another one. Marcus gets tagged down to 15, but he also gets a frag for himself. Junior continues to connect. Can this man be stopped? As Walco comes in, puts the pressure on from the other side, and it's only Aleph left standing with the bomb not in his control. Wow.
You know, you talked about Junior's high ADR numbers for an AWPer. It's the utility damage for me, man. That's how he gets it. It's all these nades. He's getting chunky nades down B ramp round after round after round.
No, he's a strong UFO player, and I think that's important for an Opera to be good in that regard. Walco's going to get 11, and that'll wrap things up 9-2 in favor of EG. But that was just a shutdown, and I understand. I think I was trying to get to this point, but I understand why Rocket was going to the B site because that's where they found the most success. They managed to punch their way through the front door a few times and get that bomb planted. But right there, Junior was waiting, hits a couple of rippers, and then of course the reinforcements come through in Walco from the side. So nicely done from EG as we head into the final round of this half.
Seems like George gonna have some action coming his way. Gonna mix bag when they come to his site. Here comes the util. Molotov presumably gonna get deployed here in a moment. Was it too late? Is Elk past it? Elk's past it. A couple players past it. They're taking some damage. But George trying to provide some cover for him. He's swarmed. Oh, player right on his back. Very awkward, but he's gonna get the kill. Milling about in the smoke. Junior also came in for one, and oh, this has been a shutdown for Rocket. The utility was enough to confuse, and that will send us to the half. second half about to kick off, and it was a slaughter in the first.
It was.
Looked like we might have a game, John, and then we really did not have much of a game.
No, and I said it before, those 2 rounds weren't convincing that Rocket ended up getting when we were tied 2-2, and then EG just took control. There were a couple where we saw Rocket make it down to a 1v1, but I mean, it just felt like Evil Geniuses always had the positioning, always had the advantage, and maybe that'll change here, but I'd be surprised if it does. Evil Genius is going to be charging in on T side into the B side. Droid already spotted up, but he wins the battle. Gets traded out immediately, though, and the smokes are good. Advantage lies in Rocket's hands momentarily until George gets that big kill, like you mentioned. Back and forth we go, though.
Bomb down. Something to defend here, but it's going to have to be autimatic and George. The heavy hitters so far this game, they're down. So it's got to be the guys that are usually a little calmer. They got to pop off. George strikes first. They know where the next 2 players are coming from. They've got all the information here, and George, he doesn't miss. Autimatic comes in for the final, and it's all comfort on that pistol round. And with that, we may be coming to a swift conclusion here on Ancient, unless somebody from Rocket can find a little bit of fuel.
Yeah, and don't be fooled, guys. George made that look a lot easier than it was to hold that angle from Cave, right? Especially even when you have support on pistol rounds. It's like autimatic wasn't really in the picture. George had to hit perfect headshots, one after the other, with the USP in order to stay alive, and then automatic's able to activate to get the last one. So, yeah, excellent work from him. 11-2 for EG. Timeout called by Rocket just to talk things over and see what they're going to do. They might be saying, look, guys, do we force buy here? Do we go for it? We're going to be down 12-2 and playing for 10 rounds in a row to hit overtime if we don't. But if we do buy up here, it's not going to be much of anything. So it's a tough call. They're going to make it. Forcing up.
They're going to make
all the way.
I think it's reasonable.
It is.
Right? Maybe your margin is lower, but really you're going to run 10 rounds back for overtime. You get the break here. Life is a lot sweeter.
Of course.
But it is so limited, John. So let's see what they got. Got to do something a little bit interesting here. Seems like we might get a double push down mid. There's a nade to counter it. They read this, but Nero gets first blood. And second blood as well. Timely flashbang there. The window flashbang actually forces George to duck back. That was a T-side flash causing big problems here. And they need to recover. Damage onto Hags, damage onto Walco. This is a doable round for Rocket.
It's also doable for EG, though. Hex has managed to slip between a couple of players. A left goes down, and then Hex is going to almost finish off Marcus.
Look at the health. Look at the health.
It's so low, yeah.
On both sides.
What is it, 29 HP here for EG, and on the other end, you have 120
You have Droid and 2 limping players. This is crazy. It's like one-shot kills, but they're saving. Droid's going for it, maybe just to retrieve a gun, but they've pulled the trigger. They must not realize how much damage they've done. Actually wild.
Yeah, 119 HP combined for Rocket amongst 3 players. I mean, obviously less than EG, but yeah, no, it is pretty wild. They had so much unconfirmed damage, I'm assuming, and what? Okay. Oh no, Junior and Walco will die to the bomb.
You're not getting away.
Right.
You're not getting away from the bomb radius with that health. They know it.
Man.
And they're just happy to get the round. It was a 3v5.
I understand the decision making from Rocket, but they must be like, man, 2 players died. They were probably really low if they couldn't get away from the bomb. Maybe we should have gone for it, but you can't, under those circumstances, do it because you need to be ready to fight in the next round. And they had guns picked up off the ground. They had an AK and a Galil, and now they can get 3 MP9s. So yeah, they made the right call. It's just a tough one to make, being that they were down 11-2 and now 12-2. It was such a promising start too, with Nero getting those first towards mid. Here comes Hex, though. They're just going to full send to the B site, hoping to win the aim duels, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Health completely blinded goes down to Hex. Do they know another player is in the cave? Probably, but they have full control of B.
With that kill as well from George, that's going to slow down the retake. I mean, they have to deal with Droid eventually in cave, but they've just kind of left him alone. Spam's doing A-okay, and all right, they're just going to kill everybody. So this one's looking done, unless Aleph can pull off some serious heroics. Just now making his way into cave. Without a kit, I don't even think he has time, to be honest. I think that Molotov sealed the deal. Autimatic shooting Hex. They're having a good time at this point. And in fact, it is done. So strong performances on the individuals, one dynamite round from Junior, and then the spark was lit, right? That was like the lighter coming in to light the fuse, and from there on out, chemical reaction, bada bing, bada boo, all evil geniuses all the way.